welcome to another edition of Know Your History. I'm Mr. Ben, and with baseball season upon us, I thought it might be appropriate to talk about a local Major League Baseball star who was also a hero in World War II. And his name was Earl Wellington Rapp. And his nickname in baseball was the Rapper. Not like, Eminem or Jay-Z, but more like Willie Mays and Joe DiMaggio, who would put a rap on the baseball. Anyway, the Rapper was born May 20th, 1921 in Corunna, Michigan. Not Corona, Corunna, Michigan. And, as a young age, his family moved to Swedesboro, and he grew up here in town, and he graduated from Swedesboro High School. There's a shot of the old, Swedesboro High now became the Walter Hill Elementary School. But in 1940, when Earl Rapp graduated, this was his class picture, 1940 graduating class of Swedesboro High School. And here is young Earl Rapp, his class with his classmates. Rapp's lettered in football, basketball, track, and of course baseball is by far his best sport. Here is a photograph of a uniform worn by the Swedesboro High School baseball team. Now, Rapp was, he was 6'2" and 185 pounds, and he batted left and threw right, not unlike the famous Roy Hobbs, the so-called natural. You see the resemblance is uncanny. Roy Hobbs of the New York Knights, you remember him. Now, in 1940, after graduation, Rapp was drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies organization. And he spent a couple of years in the minors. He said his first experience, he didn't get off to a good start because his first 4 at-bats he struck out. This is in the minor leagues. But before he was called up to the majors, he was drafted by another entity, the United States Army, in 1942. And Rapp became a soldier in the 83rd Chemical Mortar Battalion, Company B. And he participated in the invasion in Europe. He fought at the Battle of the Bulge. And he also was awarded the Silver Star for his valor at the Battle of the Colmar Pocket. That was fought over a 3-week period in January and February of 1945 in the bitter cold. During that battle, Rapp's platoon of 48 men was pinned down by the German 19th Army. And being in a desperate strait, they tried to get back to Rapp's unit, tried to get back to the American Army. And they realized the only way they could do that was to make a run for it, one at a time from their foxholes. Now, that was the plan of the lieutenant in command of Rapp's platoon, but the lieutenant, unfortunately, was shot and killed by a German sniper, and Rapp became in charge. He was had been promoted to sergeant, and he was in charge of the remainder of the men. So one by one, they made a break for it. Now, this is the Silver Star that Rapp would earn this distinction, earn this medal. He said, and I quote, "The only way we had a chance was to jump out of our holes, one man at a time, run like mad for 10 yards, then hit the ground before the SS sharpshooters got the range." So that's what they did. One by one, the men made a run for it. And Rapp, being the sergeant in charge, he was the last one to go. So the other runners received the covering fire. But when it was time for Rapp to make a break for it, there was no one to lay down any covering fire for him. And he wrote later, "I never ran so hard in my life. You never know how hard you can run when your life is at stake." I said, "Rapper, if you get through this, you'll play baseball like you never played it." Well, he did get through it. He managed to get back to the American lines, but he was wounded, shot in the leg and behind the knee, for which he received the Purple Heart. Now, that night, Rapp thought maybe he might not ever play baseball again, but he recovered from his wounds, and November 1945, he was back in the States, returning from the war, and in 1946, he was playing baseball again. This time, he had been traded to the Detroit Tigers, their organization. He played for, in his major league career, the Detroit Tigers, Chicago White Sox, New York Giants, and Washington Senators, mostly in AAA. Now, he did, this is a baseball card of his when he was playing for the Oakland Oaks of the Pacific Coast League. In fact, Rapp was such a good player that he was inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Pacific Coast League, minor league organization, and there is a plaque commemorating that. In 2004, he was inducted into their Hall of Fame posthumously. Here is another baseball card of Rapp when he was with the San Diego Padres organization. And here is Rapp, a photograph of him being congratulated after hitting a game-winning home run with the Oaks, and his teammates coming out to congratulate him as he crosses home plate. Now, Rapp's best year in the majors was 1952, when he made a record for him, 54 pinch hit appearances, and he hit a respectable .284 batting average. And he led the American League, in fact, with pinch hit appearances with the Washington Senators. Now, he continued to play baseball mostly in Pacific Coast League until 1956. Now, when Rapp retired from his playing, he became a coach in the minors, and he also became a scout. He became a scout for the Houston Colt 45s, and later with the Kansas City Royals, Montreal Expos, and the Cincinnati Reds. Now, when Earl Rapp passed away on February 13th, 1992, he was a consultant, working as a consultant for the Toronto Blue Jays. He was 70 years old, and he is buried in St. Joseph Cemetery in Swedesboro. Now, this is his military marker showing his World War II service. And this is his family, his tombstone. Notice that the ball player is batting lefty on his carved onto his tombstone. So it's important to remember our veterans, past and present. And in honor of the baseball season, I thought I would talk about Earl Wellington Rapp, who was not only a baseball star, but a hero, a decorated veteran of World War II. Well, that's about all the time I have for you today. Looking forward to maybe seeing you at the ballpark, what with the restrictions being lifted, and to some degree, and when you get there, have a dog on me, huh? Bye. I work for Mustard.